Retro Rob's Gaming Videos.
Hey, Rob here, and this is the 1,000 subscriber Game Room Tour video that I promised at 1,000 subscribers. Of course, we're closer to 1,100 now, but don't let that detract from the fun we're about to have. I'm just going to go through a basic tour of the game room. This, by the way, I have stuff kind of strewn around stealthily. They're hidden in places, but I do have a main game room that I'm going to show you. But I want to start here because this is where most of my gaming and most of my videos are recorded, other than Guys, Games, and Beer, obviously. Anyway, I'm going to just pick up my camera here, and I'm going to show you what I've got in here. Alright, so there's not a lot of stuff here, but I want to go through it real quick because it says a bit about my gaming habits. Down here you'll see my Xbox One. It is used at least 4 times a week, 4 to 5 times a week. My wife and I play this exclusively together. I never play it alone, really. Maybe once or twice I have. But as you can see by the game collection, we do a very specific thing with it, which is split screen, first-person shooters. We're going to eventually have to shake that up. We're probably going to have to add another Xbox or something, and then I'll just get a mobile screen to play as less and less split-screen games are being made. But that's one of the things we really enjoy doing together is playing Modern Warfare together and just having a good time, really. To the right here is her SCUF controller. That's a custom pink one. My controller's to the right, just a standard old Xbox One. Up above is, my PlayStation 2. It's kind of hiding in there. I don't know if you can really see it. It's got a couple memory cards sticking out of it. And up above it is my Ps2 Game Collection. Well, a good section of my Ps2 Game Collection. Some of my favorite games for the PS2 are Dynasty Warriors. I love the Katamari games. I've got 2 of them there. And I absolutely love the living heck out of Flat Out 2, which I have on pretty much every platform, so that's not really fair to say it's just for that, but one of my favorite games, so yeah, not bad. Oh, Ratchet and Clank, get a yell in too. Alright, if you look down below, I've got a Wii here. It exclusively plays GameCube games with one exception, actually 2 exceptions. I have it hooked up to Wii Fit, and we use the Wii Fit for weigh-ins every once in a while, and then the other thing is I do have the Super Mario Brothers for it, so it's pretty good. And yeah, up above there, that's my Wavebird controller for the GameCube. Alright, so we're going to go over here, and my voice is going to not be so good, but if you take a look right there, that is the laptop where I edit most videos on. That is an Asus Republica Gaming laptop. It's a pretty decent one. It rates up there. They still build some gaming rigs that are not as fast as it. It's got about, I think it's got 16 gigs of RAM on it. It got a terabyte hard drive, and then it's got an SD hard drive as well that it runs. It's pretty fast. It does a good job. There's my SteelSeries controller to the right of that. Oh, there's something cool to show you. Now it's gonna get shaky. Sorry about this. But if you look real close, wait, let me bring that over. It actually has my name on it in lights. This will also vibrate. It has a feedback function. It only works on some games, though. Unfortunately, not as many as I'd like. And there, of course, is my headset, Astro headset. Only way to go, in my opinion. And over there is my video capture card hiding out. There it is, Elgato. Alright, so that is basically this particular floor. I'm going to go downstairs and show you the main gaming room. Okay, so I want to pardon the change in sound quality. This is one of my storage rooms, and this is the one where I store like all the overflow video game systems that I keep. I do a lot of shows with Guys, Games, and Beer, like little gaming shows. Midwest Gaming Classic being the largest of them. And we keep a lot of things that maybe we only show like once a year. And this is where I hold some of that stuff. Actually, there's the original Japanese guts for my Hello Kitty Dreamcast, but you can see there's some PlayStation games, there's some Genesis stuff. Keep a couple monitors down there. all the overflow controllers and spare controllers. Some of these I've reviewed over time. GameCube, stuff with screens built into them. I like to collect those. So most of this stuff works. In fact, I would say I don't think any of it doesn't work. So it's all operating stuff. It's just stuff that I don't have room for display. Also, if you look up here, there's some box stuff. Some of them are just boxes. A lot of the stuff actually is in the boxes. There we go. Commodore 64 is in there. I've got another Commodore 64C upstairs that I'm not showing in this video. I was going to do video on it one of these days, and I've done like a previous one, like an unboxing of it. So there we go. Look at that. Multiple Pac-Mans. And then this is another PS1. I love these PS1s. Video Pinball by Atari. Did a video on that one too. Some VIC-20 stuff. I don't actually have a VIC-20. I do collect every once in a while. And you'll see some repeat games over here, and also some of the less interesting games. Oh, there's that horrible X game thing that I reviewed. Oh, the memories. Down in these little rubber cases. Ooh, some stuff dropped off. Oops. I keep a lot of cases too. Not all of them are down here, but I do keep a lot of cases. And then these tubs. These tubs are just basically bits and different goodies for different gaming systems, like extra power supplies, extra cables, that kind of thing. That way, if I get like a new PlayStation or something, I've got the cables to test them. All right, let's go on to the main gaming room now. Okay, so now we're at the main game room. Kind of sweep across a little bit. We got that from the Midwest Gaming Classic. We didn't steal it, they actually gave it to us. They gave us a number of their original posters that they used to use out front when they had the show. Up top, I've got a Hot Wheels collection of Atari Hot Wheels. Let's see, there we go. There's Missile Command, Pong, Tempest, Centipede, and Breakout. There's one more. There's actually a standard Atari one that I'm missing. So I'm trying to get that. Up here is my figurines. Notice that Genesis with the 26 games is sitting there. And here's the Telegames. It's in the box now. My Minivid Break Free, which is the first video game system I ever owned. Not that actual one though. Arkanoid controller. Got some little Pac-Man stuff in here. World of Goo. That got me into indie gaming originally. So I kept the package for that. There's an Ardu Boy sitting in there. A bunch of my clones. The Mobile 88 and my Game Boy Advance clone. Some of my favorite games. I keep the discs for the Nintendo in here. A lot of the Sega Saturn games and some regular Nintendo games. And down below, there's a drawer. I keep all the mobile games in here. Oh, and Vectrex. I got a lot of Vectrex games in here too. See, on the left side. Yeah, here's a DS I picked up. I haven't even tried that thing yet to see if it works. And down below, there's a couple controllers up top. That's the Penguin Arcade and Vectrex controller, custom one. And then down here we have games for various game systems. You got the Famicom over there. You got Intellivision. You got ColecoVision. You got some Genesis over here, N64, original Sega Master System controller, some SNES, and some NES over there. I've got some new NES coming in too that I'm going to cover in a few days probably. Hope this camera work's not making you sick. Here is my PlayStation 1 collection, the main bulk of it anyway. Inside is one PS1 with screen. And then down below here, open this guy up. And there is my PlayStation 1 collection. Some of my favorite stuff being right here, Raystorm. Love that game. Alien Trilogy I love on this. There's a lot of great games. The PS1 was such a great system, but Mr. Driller is in there. Eventually, I would do like a full collection, but the fact is I really don't like to collect stuff that I'm never going to play. So I'm never going to play sports games. So I probably will never do a full collection of anything because of that. I just kind of consider it a waste of time. Okay, so over here we have a Japanese GameCube. It's been modded, of course. Runs NTSC. No problem. It's one of the few times I haven't had one go both ways. I really don't care about Japanese games very much for this. There wasn't much that was released in Japan that wasn't released in the US that's very exciting to me. I don't even think there was anything. There might have been something, but anyway. Retron 5, I still use this. This is my main Nintendo system now. I will eventually be getting a SNES and retiring this, but for now, it's still there and in use. Original Xbox and a controller. I've also got a number of Xbox controllers laying around. Here's the ColecoVision. Still gets used pretty regularly. I play Gorf on it quite a bit. Got my Vectrex here with its 72 game multi-cart and the original controller, which you never see when I'm at a show. Protector and Yazi are inside the side. Protector being a really good Defender clone, and Yazi being a really good Space Invaders clone. Yet another Space Invader, says Yazi. Here we go with a Famicom Dual, and this is the one that, of course, runs discs as well as Famicom cartridges. Pretty nice little system. I like these a lot, and I love the color of it, which is why I also have the Hello Kitty. Right now, the Hello Kitty chassis is running an NTSC frame below it. Don't complain about that. I keep the Japanese one in the back. I showed you it a little bit earlier. I could switch them out whenever I want it to be original. And, you know, opening it up does not lower the value. You have to open it up to change batteries anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Plus, it makes it so I can play it, and I do have a rule that I like to... anything I've got on display, I got to play regularly. Otherwise, I get rid of it after a year. There's a couple machines that you'll notice are gone now, and that's because I didn't play them for a year. I actually want to be playing this stuff. I don't really want to be a hoarder, even though it looks like I might be a hoarder. Here we go, Sega Saturn. Love this system. Yeah, sorry about the controller. I can't really defend my use of that controller other than it works with everything. But still play this pretty regularly. Parodius is great on it. Love that game. This is new to the collection. It's Sega Cd. I just did a video on it with my Genesis and a 32X. And I like this system quite a bit. That's a nice one. Jump over to the Master System. One of my favorite games is in there. Love that one. And we're going to go below here over to TurboGrafx. This is one of the greatest systems of all time. One of the systems that I also regret most getting rid of when I got rid of it, because they're way more expensive. I had like a lot of games that are expensive now when I was a kid, and I just, you know, gave them away for nothing. Makes me sick. But I really think TurboGrafx is one of the most underrated systems of all time. It's a great system. Note that I do have the here we go. I've got the booster on the back so that this one puts out composite out. So that's pretty nice. And then I've got my Neo Geo. This is a Neo Geo arcade board with a multi-game in it. And I also keep a couple of these original SNK controllers. It is actually purely SNK. It's a real SNK board in it. The frame obviously is from a Genesis. They're just goofing around, but it's a real arcade board running real Neo Geo hardware, so it's pretty cool. One thing that I do with this is one of two systems I do this with. I upscale it. It does look a lot better running through an upscaler. I'm not a huge fan of upscalers, but in this case, I'm gonna let it go. Also, there's my favorite Atari controller. I'm trying to remember the name of this thing. I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, I did a video on it where I mentioned the name several times, but it escapes me right now. But I love this controller. It's a great Atari controller. Speaking of Atari, here's the Atari 7800. My Atari 7800 I modded. It actually has composite out on the side of it. It works okay. Unfortunately, this Atari 7800 is not in the best shape, so it wasn't a really great candidate for composite out, but I had it laying around and I had the kit, so I decided to do it. Looks a lot better than it did, but it's not as perfect as it could be. It's not what you're really expecting out of a composite out, but it's okay. Over here I have an Intellivision 2. Not in heavy play right now. It's been at risk, but every once in a while I bust out, where is it? Oh, here we go. The Dreadnought Factor, which is a great game for it. Also, it has a lot of actually good games for it, so it's been staying around, and I think it's a really attractive looking unit. The Intellivision 2 doesn't run all Intellivision games. It's kind of wacky that way, but hey, worth keeping in my opinion, so I've been keeping it around. But it is at risk. I mean, if something really awesome came around, it might not be here anymore. Or it might just go into overflow, who knows. And, of course, my Pikachu N64. This one also has been modded. It runs US and Japanese games. That's a really easy mod to do. I think I did a video on it, as a matter of fact. I got it in orange so it would kind of match the red one above. I'm going to put all my Nintendo stuff together soon so that it all matches up. Now, here's my Atari game collection. My favorite game being Spider Fighter. Second favorite being Demon Attack, which is right over here in box. I gotta get a Spider Fighter in box one of these days. Here's Demon Attack. Here's my rather measly Xbox collection, but I've got some more games upstairs I'm going to add to it. Favorites being Mech Assault. I love the Mech Assault games. They're really, really good. So, Metal Gear Solid's quite good as well, but I play that on the PC, so I realize it's not the same game, but still, great stuff. Here is my Dreamcast Collection, which is not opening right now. What the heck's up with that? There we go. And all my Dreamcast games. I pick up Dreamcast games on a pretty regular basis. This is one of my favorites, 18-wheeler, Pro American Trucker, don't judge me. Utopia boot disc, in case I want to boot Japanese games, and I don't feel like pulling the Japanese one out. And Seaman. What a great name. I do have the microphone for that though, so I could actually play it if I felt like staring at a boring fish. Also in here, I've got the overflow controllers. Whole bunch of just different controllers. Yeah, my Hello Kitty's complete. In fact, I even have the box for it. And I keep all the parts in case I ever want to get rid of it, which I doubt I ever will, but hey, it's there. Got that nice purple Nintendo controller. I like those. That was like my favorite controller until I got the Pikachu. So overflow, usually these are like, if I have more than one of the controller, I just keep it down here so it's less messy. I realize it's pretty messy. I haven't gotten around to putting the back onto this rack yet. So I was working out the wiring, and then I got into a rush. Never got it done. There's Samurai Showdown 2 for Neo Geo Arcade. Ooh, there it is. And let's see, what else do we got laying around here? Not that much. Here's the bar if you're interested. This is where we take a break from the podcast every once in a while. We'll come back here and have a couple beers. In fact, there's some beer left over from yesterday. We just did, as I said, guys gave us a beer yesterday. Oh, here's next week's show beer, which should be in the fridge, but it isn't. There's Dolph. There's a little TV up there that we watch. Well, let's see, flip on the light. And one G2B plate. Very exciting. Very exciting. Alright, real quick, just some of the wall art. There's Tempest. Go over here, we got Atari. We've got we got my PBR sign, which should be in the bar, but doesn't really fit in there because that bar is tiny. And it buzzes. Chibi Robo, I got that at MGC. Fist of Awesome, I actually got that from the Fist of Awesome people. Supposedly there's only 2 of these around. One was at the offices at Ouya, and I bought the other one off them for like $10 or something. They basically just charged me shipping, and then I got it framed. And then there is Donkey Kong. Oh, and the popcorn machine, which is a mess from yesterday too. Didn't get a chance to clean up. My Mario helmet. A little Minecraft action. My kid got me that for my birthday one year. Oh, and here we go. This is a great way to end it. My one amiibo. There it is. One amiibo. And on amiibo, I have to say, thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Also, if you got any questions or want me to go into something a little bit deeper, just let me know and I will be happy to respond. Thanks for watching.
Retro Rock Scaling Videos.